We all know that the enormous advantage of a sniper rifle lies in its unmatched ability to shoot at very long distances with exceptional precision, thus currently being able to shoot down targets 1 or several kilometers away. However, 160 years ago, only a firearm through the world was capable of achieving such a feat, and that is why today we know it as the first sniper rifle in history. Although to achieve such an infallible level of precision, and given much more limited technology of the time, it had a very peculiar characteristic that today could seem to us taken from a fictional story. So if you still don't know the story of the rifle that fired hexagonal ammunition to kill high-range enemies from distances that were impossible until then, get ready to listen to it right now. Hello everyone, and welcome back to US Marines channel. If you enjoy our video, don't forget to subscribe.
The Whitworth rifle was rumored to have been the first long-range sniper weapon ever used in military history. This innovative firearm was developed by Sir Joseph Whitworth, a well-known engineer and inventor from the United Kingdom. Surprisingly, the rifle started out by shooting hexagon ammo. The rifle was developed in 1854, the year when Whitworth first started working on his new design, in an effort to improve upon the deficiencies of the rifle used by the British Army, the pattern 1853 Enfield. Before that time period, the grooved surface on the inside of a rifle barrel would only very barely cut into the bullet in order to grip the round and impart spin to it. Because of this friction, a projectile that was shot from such a barrel would naturally see a reduction in its velocity. In addition, it was well knowledge that a tighter rifling pattern, the Enfield's rifling made one turn every 78 inches, while it may result in superior accuracy, it also increases friction, which causes the bullet to move more slowly and results in a shorter range. Whitworth's goal was to design a rifle that could be rifled to a considerably higher degree of precision than the Enfield, while also maintaining a lower level of friction. He believed that by doing so, he might create a weapon that was not only significantly more accurate, but also had a greater range. Holy cow, he was absolutely right. In order to accomplish this, Whitworth was forced to devise an entirely original technique for rifling the barrel of a firearm. As a reaction, he came up with the idea of designing a hexagonal barrel and a hexagonal bullet to match. Right. This resulted in a significant reduction in friction by making it possible for the bullet to fit snugly inside a smooth barrel without any grooves. In addition, the hexagonal profile of the barrel was being rifled at a rate of 1 turn for every 12 inches. This rifling was more than 3 times tighter than that of the Enfield rifle, which had a standard twist rate. Even though the Whitworth rifle had far tighter rifling than the Enfield rifle, it was nonetheless able to fire its rounds at a higher velocity than the Enfield rifle, because the Whitworth rifle's rifling did not cut into the bullet in any way. Because of its fine rifling and high velocity, the Whitworth was the most accurate rifle available during its historical period. In 1857, the Whitworth rifle competed for the first time against the Enfield rifle in front of the British Minister of War. The winner was the Enfield. In this testing, the Whitworth was much superior to the Enfield by a factor of 3. The following table presents a comparison of the two firearm groups at a variety of testing distances. It is possible that the group produced by the Whitworth rifle at a distance of somewhat more than a mile did not appear to be extremely precise. However, we have to consider the probability that the shooter was directing his gun at a group of law enforcement officers or artillerymen when the shooting occurred. If it didn't end up being lethal, being able to consistently strike a target that's 12 feet away would at the very least cause a great deal of mayhem in this circumstance. Even Queen Elizabeth II of England was able to make effective use of the Whitworth rifle. The first ever gathering of the British National Rifle Association took place at Wimbledon in the year 1960. The first shot was fired by Queen Victoria at a distance of 400 yards using a Whitworth rifle that was sitting on a machine. The shot reached the target 1¼ inches to the left of the center. You should absolutely be familiar with the term machine rest before you allow yourself to feel really amazed. In practice, it meant that the rifle could be pointed and positioned in the queen's favor so that she could fire the weapon from a great distance by pulling a cord that was attached to the trigger. This was made possible by the device. Despite all of these hopeful signals, the Whitworth was never adopted by the British government. There were essentially two factors that led to this situation. First, the production of a Whitworth rifle was approximately 4 times as expensive as that of the Enfield rifle due to Whitworth's unique barrel design. This design caused the barrel to become clogged more easily and required more frequent cleaning than a standard barrel would have. Despite the fact that the Whitworth rifle was never issued to British soldiers, it was able to show its usefulness on the battlefield on the other side of the Atlantic. During the time of the Civil War, the government of the Confederacy acquired a few Whitworth guns. These rifles were given to the most skilled marksmen in the Confederate Army. This elite group of men, who were known as the Whitworth sharpshooters, were responsible for the creation of the first modern sniper groups. The majority of the Whitworth rifles used by the Confederate Army were equipped with open sights. In most cases, the front sight could be altered for distance, and in some, it could also be altered for windage. A very small fraction of them were equipped with telescopic sights, but unlike modern rifle scopes, these were mounted on the left side of the firearm rather than on the top. Due to the fact that the Whitworth was a light gun, it possessed a somewhat powerful kick as an additional point of interest. Those sharpshooters who utilized a scope frequently came back from battle with a black eye as a result of the blows that they received from their sight as the rifle recoiled. These soldiers were routinely sent out in search of advantageous sites from which they could harass and murder Union artillerymen. From these locations, they were successful on numerous occasions. They were not, however, limited to artillery targets as a target type. When the opportunity presented itself, these early snipers would also draw a bead on opposing officers to target them. During the Battle of Chickamauga on September 20th, 1863, Union General William Haynes Little was leading a counterattack when he was shot off his horse by an anonymous Confederate sniper. This caused him to fall from his horse. As soon as the body of the general was discovered, the Confederates stationed an honor guard over it in order to preserve it until it could be recovered. The most famous case of sniping that occurred during the American Civil War was carried out using a Whitworth rifle. The conflict took place on May 9, 1864, during the Battle of Spotsylvania Courthouse. Reports from multiple witnesses indicate that the shot was fired from a distance of between 500 and 1,000 yards. We will never be able to know for sure, but our best guess is that the number was somewhere between 500 and 1,000. When a Confederate sniper began to fire on Union General John Sedgwick's post, he was supervising the installation of his artillery in preparation for the approaching battle. Due to the unusual shape of the Whitworth bullets, they made a whistling sound as they traveled through the air. This sound was dreaded by the soldiers serving in the Union Army by this point in the conflict.
And there you have it, everything you needed to know about the gun that started out shooting hexagon ammo. What about this gun was most surprising to you? Let us know down in the comment section. Also, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more similar content. Thanks for watching.